For week 2, we are actually going to be using the software that you installed last week. So make sure that you installed SQL Server and SSMS. You need both. Also make sure you installed all of those required database files because we're going to be utilizing them too. So you're going to start by reading Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 in your book, and then you can go through the lecture demo for Chapter 2. And again, this is information from that chapter that I felt was important. So first of all, if you haven't installed the software, again, here's a reminder that you do need to get it installed. And this basically tells you how to use SSMS, which is SQL Server Management Studio. You may have a updated version. When I created the screenshot, it was version 18, might be higher by now because they do like to update everything. So to get into SQL Server, you have to launch SSMS, and you can just do it by keying it in. Then you are going to have to connect to the server, and it should just use your Windows authentication. In fact, everything should be filled in for you. You should just be able to click on connect. Okay, and then this document basically describes what you should see and how to execute different commands. And where you're going to practice doing those commands is in the textbook assignment. So this assignment is to familiarize yourself with SSMS. If you do not know how to use the software that we're using in this class, class is going to be pretty difficult. So this teaches you how to use SSMS. And so for the first task, there's a video that walks you through how to do everything. And I did a video for the second task as well. And then for the third task, you're more on your own, but everything you're going to be asked to do in here, you were already shown in tasks 1 and 2. So this is just some additional practice. Okay, and all of this is going to go into a Word document that you will be submitting. Okay, and you'll submit it to this Dropbox. I did include a file group backup and restore document that I want you to read because it gives you a little bit more information about the backup and restore process. And this information is on your certification exam, which is why I put it in there. Okay, so anything that I put in this course, there's always a reason why it's in there. So that is chapter 2. Chapter 3, we are actually going to be working with our tables, and we're going to be displaying data that's in tables. So you're going to read the chapter in the book, and then you're going to go through the key points. And this basically tells you how to use the select statement. This is a statement that from this point forward, you will be using every week. Okay, so it gives you the format of the statement, explains, the different commands, and there are links to an interactive site where you can actually go and practice the commands, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I definitely want you guys to utilize these links, do the interactive practice. I mean, if you mess up, you just reload the page. So it's actually really nice. So as you work through here, anytime you do see a practice link, please take advantage of that. Okay? And when possible, I always give you guys practice links. So you're going to read through this, work through it, and then you're going to do the textbook assignment. And each of these tasks does have a video that kind of walks you through what you need to do. And you'll notice that we have different scenarios. that you may encounter in a work environment. So you will be trying to satisfy a very tough boss, these exercises. So you'll walk through this, and then when you are done, you are going to have a SQL file that you are going to upload. Okay, and where you're going to upload that is to this Dropbox. Now, a couple things that are in Chapter 3 that students have had questions about in the past are the like operator and wildcard characters. So I do have additional information on those for you. Okay, so I would suggest reading through that because these are very typical areas where people get confused. Under course resources, these are optional, but you can see I've defined the terms in Chapter 2 and 3. I've included the slideshows. And then if you are still fuzzy about the select command and the different variations, there are tutorials that you can walk through. Okay, so I've got links to those as well. If you run into problems or you have any questions at all, please let me know. I am here to help you, and have an awesome week.